Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining in the training tonight. I just thought this part of the training would be a lot easier to do as a video rather than as thread, so I can actually talk you through and show you what I'm doing. I'll just wait for a minute or so just to let people join in and start watching. I'm being really pleased with how much you've been interacting tonight. It's been really good to see the wording you're using, the pictures you're using, and I'm hoping it's helping to give you an idea of what you can use to put together. One of the things I will say is if you're posting in groups and you're posting on a paid boost, you can do quite different things. So if you're just posting in lots of selling groups, you can have text in your images, you can build images and pick collages with wording, and have all those things together because it's not going to change your reach. But if you are doing it as a boosted post, then you want to make sure your images are sort of free from text really to give it the best start it can have. If you give me a like or say hello if you're watching, just so I can see that people are starting to join in, that would be really good. And then I will get going on how to boost the post really and how to do the best of it. So I can see a couple of people are starting to watch. How do I invite people? Hold on, let's try that. Oops, I don't think that's working. I'm trying to invite people and it's not doing it. Okay, sorry, I know you're jiggling all over the screen. I don't seem to be able to press much. I really need a new phone. This is ridiculous. There we go, it's working now. So I can just invite a few people along. Tag your teams in. I mean, this is going to be here to watch back later anyway, so it's fine. I just wanted to very briefly show you how to do this. There we go, look, it's working now. I'm starting to be able to invite some people. Right, there we go. I'll leave it like that for now. Right, okay, so I see a few of you have joined me. Hi Nikki, brilliant. I can see people are joining in. Let me just put that message down, it's just popped up. So, earlier on today, I did try doing this as a video pre-recorded, but my phone ran out of space. I set up a new advert. So this is my new advert. What I've done is I've put a title on there which is catchy and will stand out hopefully when people scroll through, making it stand out again. The biggest thing I think is how we can all be different and unique from each other is you. Each and every one of you is different. So by using your own pictures, your own personal pictures, your own experiences, your own feelings about the opportunity, that's what stands out and that's what makes it different and that's what's going to make people buy into you. It's showing yourself, your personality and what comes along. So I am looking for people who are motivated, are passionate about books, and I'm looking for people who really want to work online at the moment using social media, advertising themselves. So for me, I've asked, do you have a passion for children's books, enjoy social media and have the ability to be self-motivated? If so, this may be the opportunity for you. Blah, 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 blah. I've put a little bit in there about myself, that I've been working with the company for 3 years. And I've signed it off personally with my name. So they've got to know a little bit of me in there as well. I've chosen some pictures which I think relate to the business and to me. So it's the social side of it with Mark at the company day. They've got Disney, which is what's paid for by Usborne. It's got Up on Stage, which is an achievement and sort of aiming for successful people in there. And then Move the Books. And then just a couple of others in the starter kit. And I think one of the kids doing something. So that's my advert. So before you want to boost the post, you want to get some engagement on it. So you can ask your friends or people to like it for you. And really important is the little share button down here. So when you share this, you can click to share. And you can use, it's going to be very slow today. I don't know why my laptop's going so slow. I don't know why the screen's fuzzing on there. So if you go to this little drop box up here, it may be different if you're on a phone. This is on a laptop. You can share it in a group. So you come up here and you can type the group name. So let's do by, let's see what it brings up. Buy, sell, swap in Stratford Haven. Then they just put a little bit of information. Would you like to make money? It's very rare that I actually expect people to respond to these shares. These days, it's more that I do this just to build up the engagement, just to get people seeing your post. You can do this 5 or 6 different groups at a time. Don't go for too many or you end up getting blocked. Laura's put her most popular ads work best. Is that your most popular ones with reach before you boost them, Laura? I'm not quite sure. Laura, I remember you saying there was a way to post in lots of groups in one to go. I can't remember how you said to do that. So if you could tell me how to do that, that'd be great, because I can't remember. So if you do that a few times, you build up some reach. Then you come back and you can boost your post. So I'm going to do that now. So when you boost your post, this is when it's really important to think back at that person you had in mind. It's thinking about what their interests are, what that person looks like, how old that person is. So I'm going to set up a new audience, people choose from targeting. Oh, sorry, I missed this off screen. Okay, it's people who live in the United Kingdom. More. Why is it not put up the interests? Create new audience. Here we go. So I've obviously been doing lots of adverts for a long time. That I have lots of adverts there already. So let's do this. What should we call it? Training session audience. Okay, can you hear the rain coming down the back? Look. I don't know if you can see that. It's absolutely peeing it down out here. You can just hear it. Ah, it's dark. Oh, cheers. Laura's going to do a screenshot to show me afterwards. That saves some time. So, learn to spell, Sarah. So, I'm going to go for women. I'm looking for stay-at-home mums, or maybe my best target is actually working mums who work part-time, because they tend to have a bit of a disposable income, so they can afford the £38 to join. But they're wanting to do a little bit more, or they're wanting to leave that part-time job and be at home with the children more. So for me, that's my ideal person. I want my person to be between the age of 26 is good, probably up until 41, 42. That's probably the reason I chose those figures, is because that relates to me most. I can relate to those people as ages. I may have children similar ages to that age, and they're most likely to fall into that category of being at home with the children or working part-time around the children. I'm going to leave it as UK. Sometimes I put places in there instead of the UK, depending on how I feel. You can do whatever you want. And then you're going to move on to your interests. So I'm looking for people maybe with school-age children, rather than new parents on this one. So parents of preschoolers and school-age children. And I need to think about what might the parents be doing if they have a little bit of disposable income. If their children are at school, they may be going to the gym, they may be going to Starbucks. Let's put Starbucks on there. They like to drink Starbucks coffee. They're like me and they grew up in the 90s, so they like to take that. So that can go on there. Oops, I put the wrong bit first. Oh, come on. Take that. It's going to be stuck in my head now. Embody. Oh look, it's even come up. Take that and party. So we put take that in. They are, so my person also likes, what do they like? I had something in my head a minute ago. They like going, what do they like going? They like going to Legoland. That one can go on. Legoland. They also like... Oh, so I'm going for an older market, so we're not into Pampers or Paw Patrol or Peppa Pig anymore. We're going slightly ahead of that. They are going to like... They go to the gym. What do the parents do? They like take that. They're also, like me, they're a little bit overweight. And they like going to Slimming World. Or Weight Watchers or any of those things. But that's quite a popular one with parents. So I'm going to leave it as that for now. That's going to be enough to get me started. But you get the idea. You can go into as much detail as you like with that. But you want to target your audience to that person you had in mind as much as you can. As I say, you can do multiple of these. So you could have one advert which is targeting men, one advert that's targeting young mums, one advert that's targeting older mums, an advert for grandparents. Just really... Oh, Take That was your first tape you bought your own pocket money, Laura. It's one of my first. I did have Take That on cassettes before the days of CDs. But yeah, there's a lot of parents out there who still like Take That. See, Karen prefers Costa Coffee. I live there. It's my second home. Jan was Boyzone. So yeah, see, you all probably have these likes and these interests on there floating around. And Facebook knows. Facebook and Google know everything about us. So if we scroll down a little bit down here, it says my audience selection is great. It's got right in the middle there. It's not too broad, it's not too specific, I can't even speak, so it's sort of in the middle. So we are going to go with that as an audience. And to start with, your Facebook needs a little bit of time to reach its audience. It takes a few days to figure it out. So we're going to go for a 7-day boost, but we're going to just put a low budget on to start with. It's got a higher budget. Where's it got the budget? I don't want £170 in there. I'm going to put £14. So it's going to spend £2 a day while it gets to know its audience. After 3 or 4 days, it's probably found it. Then you can boost that advert a little bit more. And then you can start doing what I tend to do, which is going a higher boost for 24 hours. Talking to as many people as possible, and then you can pause it when you go to bed or walking away from it, and then you can come back to it. Every day you can continue to share this post in more groups. That builds up the engagement. The more engagement you have on your post, the more organic reach, and the more Facebook's going to show it to different people. So that's really your boosted post. So let's close that one. It's in review at the moment. I'll get a notification in a minute saying that it has gone through, that it's going to be okay, or the Facebook are going to say, oh, there's a problem with it, the wording you've used isn't right, or there's something wrong with the image. I'd never think of interests like those. I would put reading books and things like that. I'm going to think different. That's why it's really important, Karen, to put the avatar in your head. So if you know who you're targeting, you know all their interests about them, then it gives you a really clear idea of what their interests on Facebook might be. Because actually I do like reading, but it wouldn't come up on my interests on Facebook because I don't have time to do it very often. The things that might come up would actually maybe be Pony Club. It may be, it might be some films. I don't really know what might come up on my interests. Holidays probably, Thomas Cook, all those sort of things. I spend a lot of time Googling holidays and Googling property and those sort of things. They're all good. Come Dine With Me. One Born Every Minute is one I tend to follow a lot of. Net Mums can be good. I also try and think of things that might not be quite so obvious. So try and think of things that mums might do if you're targeting mums, or dads if you're targeting dads, that might be slightly different to what the other big brands out there are targeting. You don't want to go out competing against, say, Pampers, for instance, because they've got a huge marketing budget and we're spending far more than us, so just will outbid us all the time. You want to be thinking a little bit outside the box. So that's really what I wanted to say about boosted posts. It was just to show you, really. I know some people don't know how to share, or you say things that you assume people know and they don't. So I really wanted to go through that with you. As I say, it's for me, I'm a really impatient person, so I like to put loads of money on straight away, and it doesn't work that well. You do have to give it that time to reach its audience, and I'm finding at the moment I'm doing quite a lot of trialling with adverts, and I actually find they perform better as a low budget going on every day, then actually when you put loads of money in, you actually get more for your money if you keep it low and steady and just do it continuously rather than this sort of putting high amounts on here and there. So I'm trying to be a bit more patient with that. So I will let you know how that one goes. I've used different wording than I've done today. It's a completely new advert I've put together and a completely new audience. So I might tweak it. I might see how it goes. It might be a complete flop. It might be rubbish. I did do a share earlier actually, and for the first time in ages I had someone comment on the share in a group, although this is the person, I don't think they've replied to what I've sent them now. Why ask for information and not reply when you get sent it? Drives me mad. Laura bought Share at the same time. Brilliant. Which Share song was it, Laura, back then? And Share's like a bit of Share. Could do a little bit of Share. Should do some Share singing at the Gold at Leadership Academy. Right, so what we're going to do now then is we're going to move on in the group about wording and how we can reply to people. I know this training's dragging on. I've been doing it for an hour and a half now, but I just wanted to sort of get this done, then people can refer back to it and look back through it and get some ideas. So I really appreciate you sticking with me and joining in it. Oh, it was Believe. You believe in love of the love. Oh, Charlene said loads of people ask for info and not reply. So that may be your wording you're sending them, Charlene. So Tina Turner, Kerry, I love you, and Laura singing to Tina Turner. I can't believe you girls are not coming to the next training. I could do with some singing again. So, yeah, I'm going to say bye-bye and then we're going to go back in the threads and let's learn about how to respond to people, how to make sure we're engaging people in our replies, how to get the best out of them, and how to make sure we're not saying something that's putting them off. So I will speak to you again shortly in the group.